Don't confuse silence with work ethic. I'm a boss, making decisions my first fetish. The verse cherished is perfect, that's a reverse blemish. I dropped it, connected the block, learn Tetris.
This is the Sorry True Podcast. Welcome to the house of. And shout out to the members.
Yes, sir. It's your boy ARP. Shout out to everybody coming into the chat. It's your boy. We back here. Welcome to the Sorry True Podcast once again. I got an exclusive for y'all. Y'all see this video up on the screen right here. I'm gonna click play in a second. It's got some behind the scenes footage of where the movie is going down November 9th. Oh, what y'all guys see. I mean, walking in it is a whole nother. I was there yesterday, and it's a fucking movie. It is crazy, but I'm gonna let y'all see it. And then towards the end of this video that I got up here for y'all, this exclusive, y'all gonna hear Hitman Holla address, you know, where this is coming from. What made him jump into this type of lane where he's going full all out league owner. Bags and Bodies has been there, but that was more so associated, as we know, with the TV show and everything like that. You know, the mansion, everything. There was battles, you know, and competition, but this is all out league owner that he's doing right here. You know what I'm saying? Booking an event. And if y'all saw what I saw today, mega. I mean, Power Moves is the right name for it. Hitman Holla versus Geechee Gotti is already one of the biggest battles that's left. Period. You know, it's a battle that a lot of us want to see. A couple of us couldn't make happen, to be honest. He made it happen. But if you saw what dropped today, Big K versus New Jersey Twerk. Oh my God. Yo, if y'all don't got y'all tickets already, pull up the flyer, go to his Instagram, go to my Instagram, go on Twitter, find it, pull up the link. I'm pretty sure I don't think the VIP tickets is up there yet. And if you haven't gotten interested yet in buying a VIP ticket, I bet you by the end of this video right here, when y'all see this behind the scenes footage, you will be. You're going to want to get you a VIP ticket, but get you a general admission ticket. You know, if you just want to be in the building to witness history, you know what I'm saying? Pay-per-views on Rap Grid, that's already up as well. Get your pre-sale there. You never know. I don't know if we're going to change the price or nothing like that, but nah, everything's looking crazy right now for this Power Moves event. So let's walk through some footage here. I'll do a little commentary for y'all, a little pause, and give y'all some of my feedback of what we're seeing here, but this is wild, y'all. All right, what we got going on here? All right. So this is the front of the venue, Cova Sports Bar. It's a huge place. And I really wish right there I would have panned the camera to the right. If you guys see how much parking is there, it's like 2 football fields worth of parking. Y'all are so good. You know what I'm saying? It's not one of them spots where you got to pull up on and, you know, it's a bunch of local areas and you have to figure out where to park or worry about towing, nothing like that. This place's private parking lot is like 2 football fields long. It's ridiculous. Y'all are good. I'm telling y'all. All right, so right here is where you walk in. This is walking into the spot. And look at this right here, man. You see the open floor right here. Boom. Pause it. Pause it right there. This will be pit. Right there in the middle of this gray floor that y'all are looking at will be the pit of the movie. Hitman Holla versus Geechee, Big K versus New Jersey Twerk. And there might be one other little small treats that y'all get on this card as well. But man, it's going to be pit style. I think pit style really got popular from Grind Time. And then, of course, King of the Dot. Over the years, pit style has gotten more and more popular where everybody is on ground level. The Blue Room, pit style, right? We plop it right down there, put the battlers in the middle, and the whole crowd just surrounds the battle. The energy of pit style and the way that battle rappers experience the interacting with the crowd and the energy opposed to being up on an elevator stage, it seems that battle rappers like pit style more than anything, and the crowd definitely does too. And it always makes for beautiful footage. It makes for great energy. Pit style, man, is very, very popular. It's been popular for a long time. I think it's great to see that that's what's going down for Power Moves November 9th. All right, so you look into this venue, man. Look at those VIP sections. Oh, my God. Oh my, look at all the screens. When you talk about movie, look at all the VIP sections. Hold on. Pause it for a second. The crazy thing about the VIP sections that's basically surrounding the pit, surrounding the middle of the floor where the battles is going down, is they're elevated. That was the one complaint from the Blue Room. That was the one complaint, even at Max Out. If you was in a building, you know that was the only issue that you had with the whole event, with the battles, etc. You can't tell it from the footage. You know, y'all just see epic footage that dropped on the channel and does hundreds of thousands and millions of views. But if you're in the building, because it's pit style and because everything is eye level, if you happen to be in the back of the Blue Room or a venue like that, that's set up like that, where everything's flat, there's nothing that's elevated for you to be on. Then if you happen to be shorter, if you happen to be standing behind 8 rows of people, sometimes you might be pulling one of these or whatever, trying to, you know what I'm saying? So that's the only complaint you have with certain venues that's set up like that. And all of these VIP sections that surrounding the entire pit, they're all 3 steps up. So if you got a section, you standing on them couches, or you standing in your section and you getting your bottle service all night, you don't have to move. You don't have to try to get right in front of the battle. You can sit right there with your waitress taking care of you all night, and you got a perfect vision right down into the pit. This shit is just set up. So I told Holla, I said, man, I'm retired, but if I ever came back, I'm taking this venue. Ain't nothing new under the sun. Yo, the venue is such a movie, man. And the VIP don't end there neither. Hold on. We got more. Look at the bar. The bar is huge. Oh, wait, hold on. Stop right here. So let me tell y'all what that is right there. This door right here. That door that you see right there, that's going to be for your celebrity guests. That's going to be for your ultra VIPs. That's going to be for the battle rappers. I don't know if Holla is going to allow y'all to have access in there, like as if you could buy it, you know, maybe a separate wristband or whatever. But past these doors right here is a room to the side. And I want to say the capacity of the room might be at least 100 people, 150 people. It's a big room, couches and chairs inside, you know. So if you're a VIP, or if you need to get out the way, like a battle rapper, like certain venues, there's no green room. There's nowhere for y'all to chill and get away from everybody as you get your mind right. You know, certain battlers don't like to be next to, you know, all the fans and all the supporters, because, you know, everybody's taking pictures and talking to them and they're trying to stay locked in on their material. This room right here is perfect for a green room. He put a security guard right there. You got a wristband. You in there, you got a spot to really relax during the event if you don't want to be out in the mix. And battle rappers, if you're on the card, look at how this looks with battle rap footage up on the screens. Yo, look how crazy this looks, B. What? Look at them sections. Look at them sections. Look at the screen. Look how many screens is in here. And look how big the bar is. You ain't gonna have no problem getting a drink. Now, look how big that screen is in the back. All right, we're gonna go there in a second. Look at the big screen in the back. I might buy one of these sections right here. I don't want nothing for free. This might be the section that I buy right here. I'm gonna show y'all. There's 3 big separate sections in the back behind the bar underneath the huge screen. Right here. Look at this. I'm buying one of these. That might be the goal. I don't know. I don't know if this will gonna cost more, whatever. I don't know. But this is the one I want right here. And it walks right up to the bar. It's right next to the bar. Look at the footage up there. Yo. Look how close look, you just walk right up to the bar. If you're in one of them sections right there, just rope off both sides of these 3 sections right here. Holla, you can't sell those cheap. Those got to be the most expensive ones right there. Even though the other ones is right next to the battles, them things is crazy too. Look at the floor plan of this. Look at the bar. Look at the screens. Cova Sports Bar. Ugh. Pit right there where he was standing. You see what I'm saying? You rope this off right here. I'm buying one of them. That's one of the ones that I need right there. And I could just step right up to the bar. Ugh. Yo, hold on. Let me pause right here. Hold on. Back up 1 second. Do y'all see right there in between each section? Matter of fact, I could even switch this, y'all. And I could even come back for y'all. Y'all see between each section, you see like right here where I got my mouse up on the screen? Those are all speakers in between each section. You will have no problem hearing the battle. The crowd could be shaking the room. The walls could be about to crumble, but the speakers is right behind. So the speakers is behind the pit too, and they're embedded in the sections. So it's like no matter where you at. Hold on. Let me bring back that last piece now that I switched and got it up on a big screen like that. Hold on. I want to see some Hitman versus Bill Collector anyway. Yo, you can't tell me this ain't a movie, B. Battle rappers, if you are on the card, hey, shoot me a quick tweet. Just say thank you for letting us see where we rapping at. That's all. And I think there's another exclusive video that Holla got that's coming about this too. He had a cameraman in the building, so y'all keep your eyes on the Bags and Bodies channel. This right here is just me on my cell phone, just grabbing a look for y'all. You know what I'm saying? But Holla got an exclusive coming that he shot with his cameraman in the building. This is crazy. Look at these sections. Any of these sections, you good because it's all 360 to the pit in the middle. So no matter which section you in, it's all like the same distance to the pit. It feels like with speakers in between each one. Look how big that bar is. All right, hold on. Let me Let me bring this back. Let me bring this back right here. I gotta think about something. You know what? Bear with me, y'all. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna show y'all how nice I am. I'm gonna edit this video right as I'm right here live with y'all because I have music underneath it and I don't want no BS happening on YouTube with them playing games. So I'm gonna show y'all this Holla clip in about 60 seconds. Bear with me, y'all. I got y'all. In about 60 seconds, I'm gonna play that for y'all. Hold on. I'm editing in the background as we speak. But yo, in the meantime, while that's going right now, chat. How do y'all feel about Big K versus New Jersey Twerk? Let me look at the chat real quick. I see the members in the building. I see y'all. I see the mods in the building. Right, as he should be. This is about to be crazy, Queen. Yeah, I am. The Big K versus New Jersey Twerk. The timing of that battle is so crazy. So obviously with the whole Cody thing with last year, Big K winning it. I think Twerk was Twerk landing in the top 5 for Cody. I think he did. But there was a lot of talk about, Twerk being very deserving of it, especially towards the end of the year. He had that newness factor of closing out with the Mook battle. And that was a classic. Mook versus Jersey Twerk was a classic battle. Mook went off, Twerk went crazy. Some people possibly had Twerk edging. I think it's a very debatable battle, but him having that at the end of the year, I think that's another reason why he closed out. You can't do too much bigger than that. You're battling one of the top guys. You know what I'm saying? So, and he had a very consistent year. People sometimes be on Twerk heels about him showing up with his A game and all that, but he had a very, very consistent 2023. Obviously that's why he was in the run of the Cody. Then you got Rock there. So the Rock and the K battle, had a little bit more storyline there. There's a little bit of a grudge match as well. I shouldn't say a little bit, a lot of a grudge match. I think like the whole thing with, the URL and the RBE storylines going into that battle, it plays more to Rock than it does to Twerk. To me, you know what I'm saying? Like me and Twerk have joked over the years or whatever randomly here and there, but he is who he is. He stands where he stands, and I stand where I stand. He URL, I'm RBE. So we're always going to be opposite in that respect, right? But it's not really as much as like Rock and Surf. You know what I'm saying? At least over the years, it hasn't been. Whereas this battle right here, is coming off of that Rock battle. And Twerk was, the way he's standing there with Rock, and it was kind of like that whole URL energy, and then K standing there like a soldier on his own. He kind of showed more of that energy directly towards K. I feel like even the times when he's jumping and he was talking like, yo, what's wrong with him? What's wrong with him? What's wrong with your man and all that? Yeah, I mean, and then there was that little dust up. There's that little dust up where Twerk, he stepped in a little bit, said a couple things back and forth and all that. All right, cool. K stood his ground. You got all these people representing URL. Rock is going crazy in his rounds, and K is standing there on fire too. And it built up a little something, if you ask me. But then when K does the hat off thing, and everybody remembers, with the hoodie down from Twerk versus Averb, when Twerk does that, and you see his reaction to K, it's like he was shocked. Then the same thing with the Blue Room effect in the third round that K did. Like all of these factors right here, it's like you got Twerk and K, and we're looking at it like, when are y'all gonna battle? When are y'all gonna battle? Just like that. Power moves. Holla puts it on his card. Like that the timing of that right there. And dare I say, I'm trying to remember Twerk's resume for 2024. Definitely Rock is in there, Av is in there, K is in there. K got Hollow coming up. K got Twerk coming up. Like K's resume in 2024, K is in that top running as well. But I feel like Twerk got Summer Madness coming up too, right? The Kings and Queens Summer Madness. This is another Cody altering matchup. Okay. Tell me if y'all can't hear.
We just came from inside the venue. How the fuck did you find this place, man?
Me, I'm always trying to be, the first to do something, or I don't like to do what everybody's doing, so I made it my business to try to find just a breath of fresh air, because I got a breath of fresh air battle rap plan, so it's only right to start with something like this, man. Bet on yourself. Now, the next time you come ask me for a battle, and I can show you the numbers. Hey, bro, you sold 7 pay-per-views. Why are you asking me for $15,000, $20,000? You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're finna do now. Yeah, so that's what we're doing, man.
That right there. So that's what I started talking about earlier, the first time when y'all told me y'all couldn't hear the audio. That's so important for battle rappers to get involved with more. And as much as leagues probably, it's in their best interest to not have battle rappers see the numbers. It's in the league's best interest, because look at it like this. If I could put on an event that sells, 15,000 pay-per-views at $50 a pop, pull out a calculator, do the math, pay my expenses, and that's what I'm walking away as profit. If you was the main event or the co-main event of that card and you got paid $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, you might feel undercut. Now, the platforms are extremely important, and they play a huge role in bringing these battles to you over these years, right? But at the end of the day, these fans are showing up to see the battle rappers. Everybody plays their part. Nobody's showing up to watch me talk, showing up to see any of these league owners host. They're not showing up for that. They're showing up to hear the rapping, right? So if this card, for example, makes $1 million and the main event gets paid 50 grand, if you were a battle rapper, do you feel slighted? Do you feel underpaid? That's the way you got to look at it when it's time to understand the numbers. Now, on the flip side, there's a bunch of battle rappers that what I just said, they're like, yeah, I'd love to see the numbers. On the flip side, there's a lot of battle rappers that hate the numbers. You want to know why? Because they're not worth what they're getting paid. They're not worth what they're asking for. They're scared of the numbers. They rather be hidden in some card that got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 battles. You know what I'm saying? And get their little check of what they think they're worth, or what they want to ask for, what they heard their partner get, or what the league is offering them. And really, you're not responsible for any of these tickets being sold. You're not responsible for any of these streams being sold. You just filled out the card. Same way there's filler bars, there's filler battle rappers. You just fill out a card. Sorry, it's true. I did it for 10 years. 10 years plus. You just fill out a card. And I'm not saying there's something wrong with that, because the average fan, we want to see a nice little card, warm this up and get this person a look or whatever. That's cool. But as far as why you went into your pocket and spent your money. So if I show you your numbers and I show you didn't sell no tickets, you didn't sell no streams, you carried no weight. You actually got paid triple what you're worth. Battle rappers are scared of that. So now, there have been situations in the past where certain league owners might let you see the numbers or put you in a certain, business situation where you could benefit further from, right? I don't need to go into detail about those. Some of y'all have heard about them already, right? But with Holla doing it like from the top to bottom, with him doing that in like joint venture, and I don't want to say joint venture as if anybody else owns the card. Like it's Bags and Bodies. He owns it. But the business approach to it, when you're talking about who's really a draw, everybody wants to say who's this and who's that, who's bigger, who's not, who's more of an impact, who's more of a draw. Now we get to see. Now within the business in a situation like you get to see, you really get to get shown, you know what I'm saying, all the way down to the T, you wasn't worth shit. Or on the flip side, maybe you was underpaid. Maybe you was underpaid. So which battle rapper are you? Some would love it and some would hate it. But that's why it could be game changing. And also taking a card like this and taking battles like this and being Hitman Holla, who's already the biggest draw in the game, and saying like, I don't need to wait for ARP to come out of retirement. I don't need to wait for URL to figure out how to, situate me and Mook's deposits. I don't need to wait for Chrome 23, to when Remy's ready to do her next card. I'm going to do it. And I'm going to situate the business where it's going to be very, very compelling to say you're worth more, you're worth less based on what's in this paperwork. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Shout out to ARP. I talked to him a lot, man, just picking his brain, all that stuff. He said it could be a great idea. He said, ain't nothing gonna come easy. We gotta work, you know what I'm saying? Because this never been done. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of leagues scare away from this kind of stuff because the fans might feel a certain way, or the battlers might feel like anything. So, but something ain't right until it go right. So my job is to be Hitman Holla. What I did for this coach is to make sure it go right and lead the way. That's what I want to do.
So y'all see what this man say when he came up with his own name of Power Moves.
Power Moves.
Man, I want to congratulate you, man.
Appreciate it.
This is big for the culture. This is big for you. I mean, just to even sometimes when I get your calls and you tell me what you got going on and the work you done put in, the ideas you got, man, you continue to impress us all, man. Now we proud of you, man. You deserve it. You deserve it. You put the work in, man, and this is crazy, man. November 9th.
Bro. I wanted more than them. Like, that's always been me. They say I'm competitive and all that I am, but I wanted more than y'all. I work hard. I never let somebody tell me what I can't do. That's why I'm still here today. That's why every time y'all see me, I'm giving 110% because the niggas don't do it like Holla Balls. I'm me for a reason. I told ARP was like, hey, I want you to know, just as a league on, I know you're not used to watching that. I ain't watching nobody moves. I'm watching mine. Have them compete with me. Nigga, I'm Hitman. I've been doing this shit 15 plus. I ain't never failed at this, and I won't start, nigga. Tell Geechee I see you soon, nigga.
So
I said, I ain't I'm Hitman.
That's one thing he did not take my advice on. Yeah, I mean, everybody knows I'm one of the most experienced owners in battle rap, right? So yeah, that was one thing that, like, when we have random conversations, I mention stuff like that, because the field changes. I've seen was it Smack? I think it was Smack that said in an interview. I think they was asking Smack. It was either Smack or Beasley. They was asking about, did you do an event on the same day as on purpose or something like that? And I think I heard an answer that was something to the respect of like, why would I do that? Because I would rather get all the money. Why would I do something on purpose when there's another league, regardless of how big or small that league is, right? It's the best of us. It doesn't matter who you are. You have to watch the landscape, right? Well, it's beneficial to watch the landscape because it's all timing. Like, it's no different than if I get on the phone with other league owners and be like, yo, I'm working with this battle rapper and I'm doing this weekend. And they're like, I'm going to do 2 weeks after that or 2 weeks before that instead of doing the same weekend as you or the weekend right before as you. You know what I'm saying? Because whether league owners are talking shit or not, nobody really wants to share attention. Like, when it's your time to have your event and have your card, you want it carved out so that, it's maximized. And when I mention stuff like that to Holla, I love his competitive nature about that. It's like, okay, you got stuff that URL's got going on behind the scenes. Chrome is in the works or something. Trenches is in the works or something. I saw the Black Ice Cartel card. I'm getting calls from some of the biggest battle rappers in the game asking me for business advice because they're being asked to return to battle rap. Yeah, I'm talking about one of the biggest returns possible. And I won't spoil it in case that person gets booked by anybody, right? And I'm mentioning stuff like that because I hear stuff like that. Like, you got this person that might be returning. That's going to be big. You got this card over here I'm hearing about. So remember, you know, you got to navigate all this. And Holla's just like, listen, I got to be confident. I'm me. I'm outside. There's one of the biggest battles left. Yeah, I mean, me and Geechee's about to go down. And then to see him just add a New Jersey Twerk versus Big K, I understand. I understand that confidence. You know what I mean? And you got to have a certain level of confidence to step in as big as Holla just did. Once again, I know he's been doing bags and bodies prior, but this is different. This is like the real first for him. You know what I'm saying? And to come in a game like this that has a lot of leagues, a lot of activity, battle rappers all over the place doing their thing, and you know, big things that's going to possibly be happening to close out the year, you got to pull your weight and you got to be confident and solid to step in the arena for a first time with such a card like this. And just, I'm out here power moves, right? So I respect it. I respect it 1000%. I respect it. But it's gonna be a movie. For those of y'all, once again, that saw the video earlier of the venue, get your VIP tickets once they go on sale. I think I'm trying to buy the one in the back underneath the huge jumbo screen and the elevated sections once again. So everybody got great vision down into the pit. I think he's going to situate it with them sections come with like a certain amount of entry. So like, for example, let's say you buy a section, you get like 10 entries with it. 10 people could come in with that section and you might get a bottle or 2 bottles or whatever based on the location on the floor and everything like that. When them sections go on sale, y'all make sure y'all grab them. And if you don't want one of those, get your general admission tickets. They already on sale. I see some people trying to guess the return. I see people in the chat say Conceited. I'll put it this way. Me and Conceited only spoke about business twice. Like twice. Shout out to Khan. But no, it's not Conceited. I'll tell y'all that. If Conceited wanted advice about possibly returning and going about it, Conceited wouldn't call ARP for advice. Me and Conceited ain't that close for him to call me for. I don't think that he ever would. But shout out to Khan. What do we got here? You bro are extremely motivational. I need that energy. Yeah, man. I mean, for me, I'm hype about it. Y'all saw the footage of the venue, and I like to see that energy that Holla just had. It is motivational. It is. Shout out to AK, gifted memberships on the channel. Appreciate you as always. And let me go back to bidding that nigga once again. Let me shout you out because you're a member for 4 months, man. I like seeing people cross these thresholds and these landmarks and all that. But yeah, I gave y'all a little quick look at the venue. Hear a little bit about why Holla put this card together. Power moves just announced Big K versus New Jersey Twerk. Get your tickets to be in the building. Get your live pay-per-view. Ruin your day, man. Y'all gonna have fun with this venue, man. This might be one of the best looking venues I've ever stepped in. Definitely top 3. Top 3 venues I've ever stepped in. And ruin your day when you bring the movie to life with what I just put up on screen. This is gonna be incredible in there. So yeah, y'all make sure y'all don't miss this one. But now I'm kind of counting down to the face-off. I need to see some more action. Let me get on Twitter and see if anybody's getting at each other, man. Because I need some more storylines. Because this is getting kind of crazy with this card. I ain't gonna lie. We'll be back in a second.